What's happening, my beautiful people? My name is Dirty Mike, and today, my friends, we've got FUT Champions. Oh, yes, sir. I'm bringing you my best squad, and I do want to make a quick announcement, a disclaimer. If you enter into FUT Champions, expect to play against expensive teams, great players, and sweaty gameplay. All of those will come as one package. We are still undefeated. We have 7 wins, and I actually recorded the last 2 games that I played live. Ready to go, had the reactions. As you can see, I got the wins, and then the footage was corrupt on the Elgato. So this time around, I'm just going to talk about the squad, what you need to look for. If you can remake and replicate this team, it's not cheap. You will love it, though. You will love it, and we're going to play a couple more games of FUT Champions as we get into this. If you want to see more FUT Champions squad building, drop a thumbs up. Tells me everything is looking just premium. And get in the comments down below. What's your record and what's your team? I know I've asked some of this before. We've been talking about it on Twitter, but everything's changing. We're playing right now. I cannot believe that EA wants us to play 40 games, though. On a side note, on screen we have the squad, and using Robin as a striker has been one of my best suggestions. I had a Twitch TV subscriber, a good friend of mine, Edco. He was saying Robin as striker, man, because I just thought Aubameyang was so overpriced at this point that I didn't want to get no value out of my purchase. However, Robin at 150,000 could have been a good move. And when we're looking at instructions on the left winger and the right winger, get in behind, stay forward. That's worked well for me with Coman and Bellarabi. And I prefer Bellarabi to Dembele at this point. For you guys that are wondering, hey, why do you have him there? What's going down? And then with the center mids, I have everything on balance for Vidal. And Vidal's been a monster as we get into match numero uno. And then for... almost conceded there off the corner kick. And then for Renato Sanchez, I have him stay back while attacking because Renato Sanchez just isn't as good of an attacker as Vidal. If you look at the stats, it makes sense, and you feel it in game. He doesn't have the same sort of touch. He doesn't have the goal scoring niche. Doesn't mean he can't score, but he doesn't have the finesse shot, the long shooting. That's just not part of his game, in my opinion. And he's missing some of the finesse that you need for the threaded through balls and some of the more attacking measures that you want to have. But he's a great central midfielder. Highly recommend him. I know he's high priced right now. I don't know about his one to watch. He's not getting that much playing time, and he hasn't been performing that well with Bayern as we get goal number 2. Speaking of Vidal, this is something Vidal does that Renato Sanchez doesn't do quite enough for me if we were going to compare the two. And then defensively, all I've done with my instructions is my fullbacks. I want them both to stay back while attacking because when they start to push up, and I'm a heavy build-up player, my opponent's been all over these corner kicks. Just a wonderful save there from Farman. We're up 2-0 at halftime. 5 shots on target for my opponent. 4 of them were corner kicks. I just want to throw that out there. And once again, here we are. Off the post, and he finally taps it home. Corner kicks have been lighting me up with this first opponent that I play against. I know corners are overpowered. They're hard to defend, but this guy was just good at them. As we get our 3rd goal, and that's kind of going to lock it up. Renato Sanchez slides forward. I wasn't meaning to hate on him. These positions, he's all good. But if you want him from outside the box, it's a little more debatable. Because as I was saying, he didn't have the passing that's going to make you just get out of your seat. You're going to be excited. He didn't offer that. And then, of course, with the long shooting, he does not have the complete package that Vidal brings to the table with being able to score goals. And I mean from anywhere. You're going to see a monster finish in this episode. I don't want to take anything away from anything. I don't want to give you too much information, no spoilers, but he's the real deal. And this second opponent, shout out to this guy that I was playing against. If you're watching the video, one of the best 4-1-2-1-2 that I have gone against this year. He knew how to use it. He did a great job with the spacing as we will go down 1-0, 10th minute. It wasn't good on my end. It's my mistake. And I made a very bad read on a turn. Bakambu knocks it out. He finishes it. Another good striker. Big, fast. He can finish a 1v1. He eats breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's what you need from your strikers. I wish that Robin would have finished there. But a lot of my attack goes through Robin. You're going to see that with the finishing touch. And here's Vidal. Great. In between a couple defenders. It just doesn't get better than that type of long shot. And I was having a lot of trouble breaking down my opponent. And that's what someone like Robin, Vidal, and even Alaba, they offer this overpowered, this high-rated, this special factor when you're playing FIFA that you need. When things aren't going your way, You got to have them get on the end of something as Ronaldo Sanchez there sticks out his neck. A little flying, diving header there. Rolls over all in one. Somersault game, A1. And we are up 2-1. A little bit of good fortune there because the cross, I kind of took one of those strange slides, but it worked out. Beautiful counterattack. Unfortunately, Bellarabi gets kind of pushed off the ball a little bit there. It falls in my path, and we just missed the finish. Could have closed it out. And something I want to mention, if you're playing FUT Champions or if you're going strictly for W's, and you're going to notice it, there's not a lot of skill moves happening here. No. It's all about defense, your passing, and then I really am using the pace control heavily. That's my skill move. That's my creativity that I need to have in the box or around that area. Also, the shielding is brilliant if you have a big player. I've been going up against Ibrahimovic a lot in this tournament. Oh my goodness, that providing. If I didn't go for the cheeky chip here, I could have had a 4th goal. I've still been making those drop as we win 3-1. And as I stated, big shout out to my opposition. I felt like he was incredible at the game. Both of these matches were not that sweaty. But if you're playing, expect it. Expect the sweat, okay, if you're doing FUT Champions. I've seen custom tactics in more of my games than matches without. As we have 9 wins out of 9 games. Couldn't have started better. I'm happy about it. I've been live streaming a lot of the matches. If you want to see me play live, twitch.tv/DirtyMike. But that's going to take this to a close. Normally, I would have the live content in terms of reactions, but Elgato was going all corrupt on me, and I just didn't want to waste a possible live reaction if the footage was not going to be crisp. It wasn't going to be good to go. But I'll have a lot more coming for you ASAP. Appreciate all the support. Remember, if you enjoyed it, drop a thumbs up. Get in those comments down below. Peace.